find a word of encouragement. I'm not asking you what you think about it. I'm just gonna do it. So if you see me doing something out of character, or I'm acting brand new, or I'm on some new shit, just know it's about where I'm becoming and not about who I've been. It's about where I'm going and not where I was, and I don't want to. I ain't got a cap, cause baby, look at the material. Face is like a goddess and the body is ethereal. Get up in my vibe, feels like a higher something spiritual. I already know what I came here to do. Level up, ambiance, I set it up. I can never get enough. Love the woman I've become. Morning affirmations, high vibrations like the rising sun. Tell a hater we ain't done. I got more shine to come. Cause I got confidence, and I work hard for this. Waited way too long for this. Now I got confidence, and I work hard for this. I'm working on my confidence. I got confidence. Waited way too long for this. Building on my confidence, working on me, yeah. Becoming everything I need to be. And I ain't even in my final form yet. Got a strong foundation, I'm just upgrading the format. Dead weight get cut off, bad vibes get brushed off. Baby, I'm the plug and I can't let nobody run off. I can't match your energy, it's not in my aesthetic. Choose a piece over that petty shit. The girls that get it, get it. Understanding my assignment, always in alignment. Trusting in the process, being patient with the timing. Cause I got confidence, and I work hard for this. Waited way too long for this. Now I got confidence, and I work hard for this. I'm working on my confidence. I got confidence. Waited way too long for this. Building on my confidence. Working on me, yeah. Becoming everything I need to be. If you see me shining, just know that I grinded for it.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use. Welcome to Blended Healing. Welcome. You are sabotaging your own inner peace. There is a level of temptation for you to speak your mind. I know there is, in the right now. Because you're trying to get ahead of all of these crazy energies by meditating amongst this energetic mayhem that we're going through. But what you're doing is you're sabotaging your own inner peace, trying to figure it out. And how can you less tortured? Let's talk about it. Overthinking drags you into a spiral of second guessing and regretting, and leaving you mentally drained, whether you're replaying the scenarios or imagining the worst. Overthinking prevents your mind from unwinding, and the good news is that mindfulness and different creative outlets like journaling can help you break this cycle. But see, what the problem is that you're not giving yourself a set time to think about what the problem is that's bothering you, so you can move on. Your mental health is at task. It's doing its thing. Why? Because you're sabotaging your inner peace, depending on others for approval. When your own self-worth is tied to praise from other people, you're bound to feel uneasy. It feels like you're chasing something, trying to build internal validation by appreciating your achievements and learning how to be your own champion. But you can't do that. When was the last time that you complimented yourself on something small every day, no matter how tiny it was? In order for your self-esteem to grow, when was the last time you did that? But instead, what you're doing is clinging on to old hurts that keep you anchored in negative energy, holding a grudge disrupts your peace and stops you from growing and moving. Letting go does not mean that you're okay with what happened, but what it does is it frees you from the burden of living in the past. Have you ever considered writing a letter to that person that you're upset with and sending it? Or just getting it out of you, writing it down and then tearing it up and then burning it to release that negative energy? By saying yes out of an obligation of fear of disappointing other people, you're self-sabotaging your peace. You're doing such a disservice to yourself, and it spreads your energy thin. And what ends up happening is that there's going to be a buildup of resentment over time. You can't take care of others. By God, finish the sentence. If your cup is empty. Learning how to say no is crucial for you to maintain your healthy boundaries and to protect your peace. Instead of saying yes all the time, try saying, let me get back to you. To give yourself some time to decide if you really want to commit. But oh no, you are feeling tortured because you're sabotaging your own inner peace. Another thing that ends up happening is that you compare yourself to other people. Comparison is a theft or a thief of joy. When you constantly measure yourself against other people, you feel jealous of their own happiness. As you're laying in that bed or got yourself all wrapped up in a blanket, you're telling yourself that you're not good enough. You're disrupting your own peace because you're not changing nothing. You're focusing on other people's journey instead of focusing on your own and celebrating your own progress. Sometimes you just need to unplug and unfollow any social media accounts that make you feel that way or trigger you. You feel me? But you need to do these things. Replaying your past mistakes or dwelling on missed opportunities because you're not listening to your intuition. And that keeps you from enjoying what's going on in the present moment, sitting over here moping and stuff. If you cannot do it in your mind, may I offer that you get a pen and a piece of paper out and do some introspective reflection. Think about the things that you want to do instead of living in the past that prevent you from finding peace in the here and now. Shift your mindset by focusing on gratitude for what you have now. Choose to see things differently. Every morning, try to think about 3 things that you're grateful for that day and repeat it to yourself. But you laying awake every night because of that lack of sleep, because you're thinking about everything. Don't you know that that changes your mood, your focus, and your emotional stability? And when you're tired, your mind quickly becomes a prison. Are you visualizing what I'm saying to you? You need rest to function at your best, to start being happy. You need to build a regular sleep routine that promotes relaxation. Turn on some megahertz music. Better yet, turn on something that feeds positivity into you instead of the negativity that our brain can't even get a break from because we want to see what the drama is. And then you up all night walking floors. Get a book. That's even better. Read a book at night in order to relax your mind and your body to prepare yourself for a good night's rest. And get away from them people that are toxic, that is draining your energy and disturbing your mental peace. Those people bring unnecessary drama and negativity into your life. Seek out people who lift you up. I know you tired of me telling you the same thing over and over and over again. But for whatever reason, y'all ain't getting it. Because you over here sabotaging yourself, digging a hole for yourself instead of creating positive energy. When you start distancing yourself from those people who cause you stress, it's draining. It's draining. You feel me? Learn how to please yourself and not other people. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Constantly putting other people, in front of you without even considering what your own needs are. You sitting up here setting yourself up for a burnout, and you can't even help others if you don't help yourself first. I don't understand. All right. You got to tend to your own emotional well-being before you can support anybody else. You got to make your own self-care a priority, whether it's through you crafting, getting a hobby, or getting some hobbies, going into therapy, or just spending some time with your own self. Some of us don't even want to do that because shit pops up in our mind because we rather not deal with that. Don't want to deal with the real. God forbid, you know. What about scheduling an hour to yourself each week? I'm just talking about an hour a week that you do something that replenishes you. Whether, you know, whether whatever choice you decide, whether it's taking a nice long bath, getting out of a favorite movie, sipping on some wine, detaching yourself, putting that shit on the hook. Is it something that you can do instead of being a chronic people pleaser? I'm just asking. I mean, really, truly, I'm just asking. because I really truly want to know. I really do want to know what's up with that. Like I said, we sitting up on this red app and any other social media, and we're constantly consuming this negative ass shit. It's like watching a soap opera as a day, as what is it, as the world turns and all my children and shit. You all know that media can negatively affect your mental health. Always scrolling through negative news or toxic social media can drain your energy. Oh hell, what the hell? What's going on now? I know we can't get away from it in today's climate, but damn, we can stay informed, and that's important. But drowning in negativity throws off your emotional balance. Set up some specific times that you're going to tap into the news or social media and stick to that so you can avoid all of this mindless doom scrolling that you're doing. Here's some. Try a digital detox by deleting apps or channels that make you feel drained. How about that? You ain't gonna miss none. I promise you, you'll be able to pick it back up in 2, 4, 5 seconds. I'm just saying. And I know 'tis the season. So everything in your social calendar is about to explode because you done packed so much stuff into it that you left no space for any relaxation or reflection. You ain't got to be everywhere and everything. But what you're doing is that you're distracting yourself from pain. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, that's what you're doing. And that only leads to more stress and less fulfillment. Being constantly busy is mistaken for productivity. But what it really is a fast track for you to burn out. You need to block off some me time. And I'm not going to say it no more. You know what you're supposed to do. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. You got to start doing stuff for yourself. Your physical and your mental health are deeply connected. Whether you're journaling or going to therapy, that's great for your mind, but what about your body? I don't care if you sit in your chair while you're watching your favorite show and start lifting your legs, doing something, moving your body. Instead of eating that piece of candy, pick up a piece of fruit, you know, or get a thing of, what do you call it, trail mix or something, yogurt, something. Your body is your temple in more ways than one, and you should treat it as such. Like I said, sit in a chair and lift your legs up and down, flex your legs, flex your feet, so you're pulling on those muscles. If you're in the armchair, put your hands on the arms and lift yourself up so you're stretching your body and your back and your spine. I'm not telling you to go crazy, but if you can go crazy, go crazy. You can't change the things that are out of your control because life ain't nothing but a bunch of changes, and we just got to roll with it. It's when we try to control it is where we got problems. And fearing change leads to unnecessary anxiety. Change is going to happen whether you like it or not, especially when you're holding out onto the past or worrying about what's going to happen in the future. You can heal from the past. And as far as the future's concerned, you're going to have to let the future take care of the future. But change is inevitable. And focus on methods that you can learn how to cope with rather than wasting time fearing it. Making tiny changes get more comfortable with uncertainty. Tiny changes. I'm not telling you to go run the marathon. I'm telling you to do small, subtle things to get you prepared. And here's another farce. People always talking about that multitasking. Really? Doer of all things and master of none, right? Usually people who say that they multitask ain't really good at it. All you're doing is filling up your agenda, leaving you feeling more scattered and unaccomplished because you can't do multiple things at a time. You got to learn how to time manage that stuff. If you're trying to focus on too many things, too many tasks at one time. And what end up happening is that you're going to leave a trail of unfinished or half-finished projects. Cut yourself some slack and work through your agenda task by task. Do 25 minutes focused on work, followed by a 5-minute break so you can reset your mind and then move on to the next. You feel me? And stop obsessing over perfection. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Ain't nobody perfect. And as long as you're trying to be perfect, you're already putting a burden on yourself that's hard to carry. And it's unattainable. And beating yourself up over every mistake or flaw that only creates unnecessary inner turmoil and that keeps you unhappy and stressed. Embrace your imperfections. It's a part of who you are. Redefine what success means to you by setting a good enough as your new standard instead of perfection. You feel me? Another thing that you can do is have a path to peace is by meditation. As day-to-day activities become more hectic in your life, it's good to know that there is something that you can do to have your peace. To have your peace while you're setting yourself up for sabotage. You don't have to. You have to still your mind and your body and shut out all of the internal and external distractions, even if it's just for an hour. It ain't gotta be attached to any belief system. It's just call it the reset. Everybody gets so twisted up in what meditation means. You know, Angyang, Renge, Kyo, and stop, cut it out. It's just actually sitting in a place to calm yourself. And you can see, feel, and imagine wherever you want to go. Whether your favorite place is the beach or the forest or a stream or sitting on a pier or on a boat, you can transform or transport yourself to those places anytime you want to. It's a matter of training your mind to go to these places so you can deal with life and have that conversation, whether it's to the divine or your angels or your Orisha or your Ore, your higher self, or even with your ancestors. When you do these things, it can help battle with any stress, anxiety, anger, fear, any sexual concerns or certain health challenges such as high blood pressure and anything else. And the benefits that you can get from it is worth you looking into. I'm just giving you one aspect of it. You could do breathing exercises that bring you back to reality, to calm you down, even when life is lifing. Go into a positive direction instead of slipping into worry, which slips into sabotage, which slips into less peace. You want to concentrate on your mental and your emotional state. Sometime doing just simply that, my God, you would see such a difference in yourself. And that you decided that you're going to get off that negative emotional roller coaster, which leads to irrational decision making, which only further complicates whatever you face. I want you to be able to get to a place where you can alleviate overwhelming negative emotions. And when you meditate or prayer, whatever you want to label it as, where you set some time aside, it can help you to handle your emotions and not be governed by them. This is such a great way for you to help train your mind to navigate the many challenges of life. And it ain't got to be hard. You just need to have an open mind and willing to try it. That's it and that's all. It ain't have to be connected to any religion or any belief system. These things you can do. There's so many different types. Research them and see what type of meditation is best for you. So that way you can get out of your way and stop sabotaging yourself. And that way you could be on the path to peace. Ashe, ashe. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I've said enough. I've said enough. Everything else is up to you. It's up to you. All right? All right. Be well, stay safe. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I shall see you all very, very soon.